Welcome back to Eatsy, where if we can make Chinese braised ribs, then so can you. The history of Chinese braised ribs can be traced back centuries, but with no specific origin. Each region in China has its unique preparation and seasoning methods. It is a hearty and nourishing dish, often enjoyed during festive occasions, family gatherings, and celebrations. If you want to, you can add vegetables to the dish, such as potatoes, carrots, and radishes, or just keep it as a meat dish only. In our video today, we're going to be doing the meat-only version. So let's start with the meat. If you want to get in a little bit of exercise with your meal prep, then you can go ahead and buy a whole rack of ribs like Uncle did here. Then grab a gargantuan knife or a great big cleaver like this one and go ahead and chop that thing up. Or if you want to go with the more relaxed approach, you can go to Costco and get some pre-cut ribs like these ones here. Either way, you're going to want to select meaty and well-marbled ribs for the best results. Pork spare ribs or baby back ribs are commonly used. When it's all said and done, you're going to have a bowl full of about 1 to 2 inch chunks of rib. For our recipe, we used about 600 grams of raw rib, including the bones. For the first step in the cooking process, we're also going to need 3 generous slices of ginger like this. And we're going to need 2 small green onions, just lightly cut in half about like this. Then in a large pot, we're going to add enough water that the ribs will be covered. Add in your ribs to the water, and then your slices of ginger and green onions. The water can be room temperature, so we're going to let it come up to a simmer and then let your ribs sit in there for a few minutes. This isn't the primary cooking method, it's just to get things started. So after you've let your ribs sit in the lightly boiling water for a maximum of about 5 minutes, you're going to want to strain them from the water and put them aside in a bowl. Next, we're going to generously coat the bottom of a large pot with cooking oil. To that pot, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Over a burner of medium to high heat, heat the oil and sugar together, constantly stirring it. The goal is to melt the brown sugar. When your sugar and oil is in a thick liquid state, you can add your ribs back into the pot. Generously stir them around so that the sugar starts to coat the ribs. Then we can add in a whole star anise and 3 more generous slices of ginger. Next is 2 tablespoons of black vinegar, 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce. Stir your ribs around again to make sure that they're all coated with the sauce you've made. Lastly, before we add the water, we're going to add in about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic that are just cut into quarters, and a couple chunks of green onion. And here comes the final part of the cooking method. Braising is a slow cooking method, so it takes a little bit of patience. You want to add enough water to the pot that the ribs are not quite covered. You want to make sure that many of them are still above the water line. Cover your pot with a lid and bring the water up to a boil. When you got your water boiling, we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. Then we're going to turn the heat down to a low simmer to ensure that your ribs become tender and absorb the rich flavors while being braised. Trust the process and allow the water to boil away. For us, it took about 25 to 30 minutes for the water to boil down to basically nothing. But it's okay if you ultimately have a little bit of sauce left in the bottom of your pot. Transfer your ribs to your serving bowl. They should be dark and almost look like they've been caramelized. And there you have it, Chinese braised ribs. Garnish them with some chopped green onions, and you can enjoy them on their own, or serve them alongside other dishes like we did here. For this meal, we've plated it alongside bowls of rice, our beef chow fun, and smack cucumber. The smack cucumber can be found in our 5 Chinese side dishes video, and the beef chow fun has its standalone video on our playlist. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, and click on that subscription button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And once again, thank you so much for watching.